A Disabled Person Reviews Disabled Meteor at Part 48, My Sister's Keeper. This was one of the most infuriating books I've ever read, and I mean that as so much of a compliment to how masterfully it was written and how it handled its content. It's about a girl whose older sister has cancer, and she was born to be genetically perfect to be used effectively as spare parts to save her sister. And she decides to sue her parents for the rights to her own body. Now, disability aside, this book is absolutely riveting from start to finish. I cannot recommend it enough, especially if you want to understand what medical trauma looks like and feels like. If you have extensive medical trauma, this book is very triggering. Do not read it. First disability piece I loved was that we had a lawyer with a service dog and dealt with all the usual service dog harassment and said increasingly absurd things that the dog was for to shut people up, which brought me so much joy. I've never ever read a book where a character had a service dog, and it meant a lot to me. The more major disability piece is this book really showed how, while we know trauma in general makes people age quickly, medical related trauma makes people age quickly in the sense that your understanding of what life means, what death means, and how time works is completely altered in a way that other people simply cannot understand. And not in a sappy you only live once kind of way, but in a disjointed time, comfort discussing really dark things, always jumping from crisis to crisis and struggling to connect with peers because of it kind of way. Something that people in the disability community, particularly for those of us with chronic illnesses and or shortened life expectancies, talk about regularly with each other, but so rarely with people outside the community because everybody else gets so scared and uncomfortable about it. A lot of that having to do with ableism and people not wanting to think about the possibility of disability and everything they associate with it. And this book is a wonderful example of what happens if people do not learn how to healthfully deal with that abled grief, but with so much nuance and realness and authenticity I did not expect to find. So 10 out of 10.